God bless America. Earl, I know that that doesn't apply in physics. I get it. I'm being obnoxious. Sit here and look at all these hugely trending videos. The 5, the knives are out. Joe Rogan experience, Billy Bob Thornton. How to observe everyone. How to observe everyone? Guarded reader level 2, improve your, there's Time Machine. Neil Schon. Isn't Neil Schon the guitarist from Journey? Okay. That might be interesting, because okay, well, we came about that with that. Oh, I like Steve Perry too. I like Still too. I like boo 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 doo 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 doo. That was good. Yeah, cool. What inspired that? Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. That might be interesting to watch. The Big Combo, 1955, the top tier gangster. Knows you're good. I don't want to watch that. Hey, let's make this one stupid as hell. Don't chase her, hunt her. Never chase a woman. Go hunt her. Machiavelli and Derek. You both feel it. Stop overthinking. 4 inalienable signs. They both like each other. Psychology of, don't overthink it. What? Just share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last. Have faith in the glory of God. Stop worrying about who you're going to fuck with while you're being extorted and exploited and try to enjoy your existence. Okay, why good men walk away without explaining? Okay, what good man is standing up for the Lord's Prayer and doesn't explain it to anybody because he's an asshole who thinks he's good? Okay, hello. The origin of the man from Uncle. Okay, when a man has no one but God. Okay, God's omniscient and omnipotent. Wait, what makes you think you have the market cornered on God? Because you have an ego problem. Okay, when a man has no one but God. Okay, let's reiterate that again. They had a problem with that. All the Mormon church and the other people. He doesn't talk to God very much. No, I leave Jesus alone a lot of the times, especially once I got through puberty and was doing things. And he told me, okay, at a later time, I will need you to do these things. Okay. Then I ended up in Sierra Vista. It's like, this would be that time. Yes, okay. Son of a bitch, these people are assholes. Yeah, I know. You told me that during my grandmother's funeral. Okay, thanks. It affects everybody. Rockefeller told me it. The reason why, I need you to get the technology to kill my family and my business partners. Why? Well, because the reason why your family's a bunch of, because they're being manipulated by my family and my business partners. This sucks, man. How to force yourself to improve. Don't do it. Okay. Share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last. Okay. Balance, harmony, and understanding. Okay. You really don't even have to force yourself to do that. You just have to be a decent individual that appreciates the gift of life. Alrighty then. Never let disrespect slide again. Why? Because you're feeling lucky? Ask yourself that question. Okay? Peace, pussy. Why so many smart and successful men are still single? What? What's successful about a man that has enough money to pay an idiot woman for sex? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Ask the little girl. She's got about 37K views 2 days ago. She apparently knows what she's talking about. Lots of people are listening to her. Lots of people listened to Hitler and mass murdered Jewish people to liquidate their foreign currency assets because they wrote laws in the paper that they were Christ killers and wouldn't allow them to own land to make them feel like they were dirty and bad like prostitutes. Wow, peace or pussy? Shut up, asshole. Okay, truth. Okay, the truth? Why are so many smart and successful men still single? Because they're addicted to fucking and their money gets them all the fuck they want. Hey, look, there's Vancouver and Las Vegas. Atlantic City, next stop. Okay, do you understand? I remember telling that to Amy because this billionaire guy. This happened to that. I was like, I get it. If I was an obnoxious entrepreneur, philanthropist, and stuff like that, I would, make sex a business proposition as opposed to a relationship because I wouldn't trust anybody and I would think I like to fuck. So I get it. I understand, assholes. I'm just not one of them. Okay. Never say, hey, how are you? Just say these 6 words and you'll attract anyone. Never say, hey, how are you? But if I never say that and attract, okay, I'm confused. That's crazy. I'm not okay. I'm having trouble figuring that one out. Your comeback has already begun. Come back from what? Your comeback from what? What am I coming back from? Your comeback has already begun. I do want to physically heal from being chemically poisoned by your pathetic business partners that you think you can trust. But I wouldn't call that a comeback. I would just say that, hey, this river's been polluted by a bunch of assholes who come and piss in it. Now we stop in the pissing in the river and I'll clean out the river and then I'll feel better. Okay, but I wouldn't call that necessarily a comeback. I would call that, hey, the river's clean. It was once dirty because of assholes that are dirty deeds done dirt cheap. And now they're not dirt cheap because we're smart enough to understand, respect, and love you. See, okay, so what's a comeback all about? I don't know. They're crazy. I know they're trying to sell you something. Men were right. Younger women are actively looking for older men. Yeah, women have been that way since till as old as time. Song is over. Remember how hard it was to try to date girls in high school because they was all getting fucked by the guys in college? Yeah, what's the problem with me? You're immature. I'm immature. Okay. You're going and getting fucked by a guy who's using you and laughing about it at his higher learning institution. Right. Okay. And I would respect you and wait to have sex with you till we went to the higher learning institution. And I'm immature? Wow. You're so smart. Girls are they mature faster than guys. Yeah, always. Seriously. I know. Okay, well, it's just crazy. They should be able to vote when they're 15. Because they're 3 years ahead of us psychologically and mentally and emotionally. Or so the experts say. Right. Do you believe that? Not for one New York fucking minute. Okay. I believe we are what we do, and I believe life is eternal and grace is infinite. I believe a 4-year-old child can sit and correct Spencer J. Kimball on all his economic bullshit by just sitting and listening to his Easter sermon, by watching commercials, Sesame Street, and the Lone Ranger. Because it happened. Okay, it really happened. Yeah, he's a good kid. Now, I'm not a grumpy old man. There's nothing grumpy about me. Emmy Munoz, if you think I'm grumpy, so help me, Missy. I'm just kidding. I like her a lot. Yeah. We've connected in prayer, because the Temple of Set Poo Poo Potty tried to, and I couldn't help it. I just really like those kids. I was same way with Aaron Montalvo and Brian Atkins Jr. Dad, why can't you, Ralph, why can't you be my dad? I'm mad at you, Ralph. At least he's not kicking me in the shins anymore. Right? I think that's what happened. That was Aaron Montalvo did it because he smelt the pheromones that I was sexually attracted to his mother. I think the whole thing with the melanoma and the sore shins and stuff, no, it was actually the Mexican kids that kicked me in the shins when I was in elementary school. Coach, take you to suffer it. I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I got cracked in the shins a lot by a lot of people. They kick you in the shins. They do it football, basketball, there was a lot of war wounds from that stuff. So they were very susceptible to where the chemicals would try to exit from the body or say that part's vulnerable. I didn't understand it at first. Why do I have this with the melanoma stuff on the top of my shins? And Bob, soccer. It's hard to get shin guards, but you play when you're a poor person in Jamaica, Kingston, I remember when we used to sit in a government yard in Kingston, in Trenchtown, so it happens. And so when you're susceptible, that's where the body shows weakness and then starts to, you're going to shut down, you're going to die. And you certainly feel that way because you're being poisoned by people that want to kill you. And so it's very uncomfortable. The hard thing is the prostate and trying to get all the poisons out the prostate. And then the body, so you're not going to have a comeback. You're going to clean out the river. It's not going to be polluted again. And then you'll have a natural progression until you finally do shut down. So you can live to be 104, maybe more. Suzuki's talking me through it. So I love Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen so much. Don't you? I love them so much. They're so nice. I love them so. They're so cool to have around. Jesus, guys, Jesus wasn't poisoned to death, and you're one. And then Jesus was moved to the future. And in the future, because of people like me and Sun Yat-sen and D.T. Suzuki and Blaise Pascal, is not being poisoned to death in the future. Okay, so it's better to give people, experts, proper authority. Here's what's happening to you. Suzuki dealt with how many people through, to help people recover from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Sun Yat-sen was trust me. Pascal, he knew they were killing him, but what do? He knew he was being poisoned to death. It was his own friends and family that did it because they told him that he was teaching heresy and it sends people to hell, a magic place they believed in. And so he had to be killed because his teaching would send innocent children to hell if they believed his teachings. You know, like John Calvin. Okay. So it was his own family and his own friends that the Vatican sat there and said, this guy is a threat. He's not, he's saying, you know, Muslims are okay and Jews are okay and we can live in heaven with all of them. And so these people thought they were protecting their children from his heresy. So they murdered their own relative. Isn't it weird how, Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain? History doesn't always repeat itself, but you'll find it often rhymes. Yeah, like Rockefeller, they'll gladly sell you out, Parsons, for a timeshare, season tickets, reservations at their best restaurant, and a 401k. Like, wow. Jesus, they don't want to forgive debt and trespass. They do not want to forgive debt and trespass. No, okay. Good insurance, timeshare, season tickets, reservations whenever they want at their best restaurants. Okay. Good house deal. It's a split level ranch. Okay. Navy Federal, our members of the mission, right? First Light Federal Credit Union, right? So we get the best loans of all time. We get the best car deals. We're America's heroes. Da-na-na-na-na-na, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hey, I've got enough money for booty all the time. I have children. I named them after biblical people. And then what happens? Ragnarok, he's fucking crazy. He's full of shit. He's a pervert. He's like Pascal. Wow, I'm like Pascal. I'm an idealist and get people killed according to people that murder people for a career at Fort Huachuca. Wow. What an exquisite compliment from such a fucking asshole. He doesn't even know it is. He's sitting there telling me that, and I'm like, this guy's saying I'm like Steve Biko. This guy's saying like I'm like El Haj Malik El Shabazz. He's saying like I'm like Patrice Lumumba. Wow. You're an idealist and you get people killed. Thank you, mass murderer. Thank you. This is one of the best compliments I've ever been given, and it was collected by David Rockefeller Surveillance. And maybe we'll end up in the Endowment for the Arts and the New York Center for the Arts of the Kennedy Center Honors. No designer COVID mask required. Wow, right? So, I see why Mavis Staples has such a big crush on the Spirit of Jesus Christ. Yeah. I had a big crush on her. Yeah, sometimes I've actually used her Do It Again to take care of my prostate because her voice is so good in that. I was like, good gravy. I see when she said that the other night, because I know she missed Pops and she misses her sisters and that she sang with. Woo, doo, 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 and Davey, play that piano and everything like that and stuff. So I'm like sitting there, when I heard that when that song was recorded, it was like the early 70s. I was in elementary school. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Anybody else like Curtis Mayfield tunes? From nowhere to a caravan. Anybody else? She was Oh, I love that. Okay, I still get goosies. I got to get a good quality recording of that one too. Anybody loves that? Don't you love the it's all through the caravan. She was dancing with all the men. I hate to see the lady go. No, she'll never know that I love her. I love her. Gypsy woman. I used to think I liked the other guys better, but then when I sat back and listened to the impressions, I was like, no, the impressions by far is the best. No, the harmonies and the background vocal, I was like, this is so cool. Well, they say it's like dated. It sounds like Tender Loving Karen. It's no, when it's good, Marty Robbins is right. It's good. It's always good. Do it again. Do it again. Boop, 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 boop. Like a hammer on the block. I feel like a butterflinger. I don't mean to linger, but I feel like a butterflinger. Want to do it again. Give sister loving right. I like the lady. Those clothes you wear. It's good stuff, right? You don't like it? You don't have to. You can have bad taste your whole fucking life. Make lots of money, be very successful, and the younger women will all want to fuck you and be on your Rock Hard Abs commercial because you have all the right sex products. Put it under your tongue. It will dissolve. Probably give you heart disease and kill you, but at least you'll die of erection with a hot 20-year-old riding you like the She's riding off into the sunset. All right, what a way to go. What an asshole. Lights turn on, grace is infinite. You're still fucked. I'll talk to you guys later. They'll figure it out. If they don't, I'm figuring it out for their technology. Well, because I'm intelligent and faithful.